See? We found it. We found the stream. University of Akron setting up OSU, getting formatted, texting.
OSU sending those late night snaps.
Tweets. They're watching the stream to get our intel. Jokes on them. We have none.
God, I would love it if some of the players that were playing were just blowing us up.
I would just so on call out like, wow, switching from May to Torbjorn. All right. An attack Torbjorn. That's a play we haven't seen in a while.
You know, that's what are the two characters that we have not seen?
Who?
Junkrat?
Yeah.
Or is there more? We have not seen Junkrat.
Junkrat.
Torb.
How about Zarya?
You're right.
You
We never saw Zarya. Yeah.
Genji. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm okay with forgetting that Sir Weeb went missing.
Yeah, there's been a bunch. I'd love to do an interview with a player if we can get them in here, but most of them have gone home. Which I get.
Wish I could go home.
Stop it. You know we're chained to this desk. We don't get to
I wish
leave.
I actually had a chain. Just like cha-ching.
Sound effect, soundboard. Ohio State versus University of Akron. The Zips coming in here to root 6-6. I don't know why that got a laugh. Yeah, because it's a little bit southern. Now, it's the wrong kind of southern, but it's southern nonetheless. I'm sticking with my vote. I think Akron's got it. I think Akron can make it happen. Now, a couple people in the chat calling out Akron 3-0. That might be a little bold.
Yeah. If that happens, something went horribly awry. And bless up Akron.
Akron setting up probably. Oh, actually, no. They're probably going to. It looks like they're pushing a little bit closer than usual. Not taking that top of that gas station instead. They're not. Okay. They made a mistake earlier when they first started to set in and set up inside the actual train.
No, Bastion.
No. Don't get your shield where you want it. Ohio State respawn back into that role that he makes up so well. Fara.
Poking out already. Trying to break some of that shield.
Some of that little hidden gaps.
Oh, wonderful boop. Wish it had been capitalized on a little bit more.
Jaden, keep up that fire roll.
Prosody just ate the boat immediately. I mean, the whole boat.
Shuckle running in, taking some of those hits for Jaden. Jaden, unfortunately, unable to stay up.
Shuckle down.
Shuckle down. Magic getting stunned and then knocked out. Midtown to get knocked out. Dr. Smile's the only one left.
OSU
He's
found
back.
the gas pedal.
OSU, it's like we said, OSU needed to come into this fast and hard, and it seems like they're already prepped for it. Respawn. Keeping that distance, keeping those pokes coming in.
Building that charge.
Building that aggression, not letting him get a clean walkout. They are not going to have a clean walkout of here if Respawn has his way, and it looks like he's going to keep that damage coming down.
They're not
looking
up.
Taking out.
They're not looking up.
They're not looking up. It's been literally from the first game. We said just look up. Magic down. Dr. Smile's down. I don't know what's happened to Akron. I don't know what happened. This is a different game.
Akron, what are you? Oh!
Solso in the chat put $20 on Akron 3-0ing OSU. That may seem like a bit of a regret after that first interaction. That being said, there's still a lot of distance that needs to get covered.
And still, they are doing nothing against Respawn. Here comes the barrage. Just.
What happened?
This is the Duncaning.
A team kill followed by a team kill, folks.
OSU smelled blood when there was no blood. And now there's a lot of blood.
I mean, yeah.
So, hey, I called OSU.
Yeah! Yeah, you did. And I feel like a real. That being said, first match. First map.
Strong.
First match.
BM Cool, Prosody, Aimer, all have ults. Deli's about to get his ult. Akron has nothing, and it'll take them a sec to get anything.
Being cool. Rapid firing down, maintaining, resisting magic with that stun, taking down Midtown Man, taking out Dr. Smiles.
Is OSU sponsored by Dunkaroos? Because that's all this is.
The temptation to stab you in the leg with a fork is overwhelming. Just know that. But OSU making an insane showing here. Just mathematical precision in how they're taking out each one of these. There is no response that Akron is bringing that can even equate to it.
Like what happened earlier with OSU? Were they just taking it easy, getting their reps in earlier? Well, okay.
I mean,
a little bit of a rebuffing here.
There you go. Fair stun to respawn coming from Magic.
Bit of a waste on the ult there.
Rotating out the Prosody, rotating out
Huge barrage.
from Universi to Lucio. Switching up that profile a little bit. Works better in this closed environment. Gravity World, good lift up. Is it going to be enough to take anyone down? No, unfortunately it's not. He's going to keep trying to absorb some of those hits, but it's not going to be enough. And down goes Magic. Chase getting followed up. Midtown getting followed up. Team kill again. That's three in this match.
Chug it.
I was genuinely like, choose not.
Fair.
Chew laugh.
Fair.
He's gonna reposition. Jaden's coming in, trying to do a little bit of damage. That wall off coming in from Samuel, doing a great job playing that May. Really good work with that kind of forward defense, that kind of pushing them back, keeping them away from the payload. It's a good structural tool. It's working well for them.
All right, well, they've forced OSU off the point first time so far.
With less than 30 meters?
Less than 20.
Giant wall coming out of Samuel, just pinning Shuckle in behind it. Ends up costing his life.
Wilting until that speed drop. Music heals all wounds.
Here comes Death Blossom trying to do a little bit of cleanup. Getting frozen beforehand, can respawn, get out of it. No, he can't, because he gets chased down by Midtown. Samuel just surrounded, nothing you could do.
This is a good stall from Akron. Let's hope they can keep it up for another 3 minutes. Which is a long time.
That's a very long time in Overwatch.
7 meters.
Respawn still sitting on that Death Blossom. Gotta wonder if he can try and get that aerial advantage. He can. He's pinned down that Lucio is still hanging up on top of that. Up above, too high, getting those shots in.
Oh, but there's nobody up top now. He might try and take it.
Samuel has that Blizzard. Is he going to drop it and try and push forward? Not yet. He's still saving that Blizzard. But to be fair, he doesn't really need to. When you look at it, almost all of OSU has their ults. Deli will be getting his here in a few moments. But OSU was walking into this next fight with 5 full ults to Akron's 1.
We have seen them falter with this before, though, where they walked in with this same or more ults, and they still got rebuffed by other teams before. So I don't know. Maybe
doesn't look like that as Shuckle gets taken down by Respawn.
Chasing down.
Respawn backing up, trying to handle a little bit more of the crew, following Jaden. Jaden pulling back.
Respawn
Magic
still hasn't ulted yet.
Magic and Jaden both dropping.
Deli's got his now.
And he still has the Death Blossom. All he has to do is get behind that line, and he could really put a good effort in. Shuckle getting pinned in place. Frozen in by his own teammate. There goes that Death Blossom picking up with Chase and Midtown and Shuckle.
And
the payload is still frozen. There's not a ton left.
1.5 meters.
All they have to do is clear off a few more, and that's it. OSU will
1 minute
on to the point. Can they do it? Jaden getting eliminated. Samuel doing a good job maintaining those tanks. We see the run. Reinhardt suddenly switching, getting that up close.
This is the longest Reinhardt play we've seen.
Oh, and he's dead. He's dead immediately after he said that. Midtown Man sitting on that
45
coalescence.
seconds.
It's a good coalescence to hold.
5 meters. Yeah, huge stall. Holy cow.
Akron's been able to push this back, hold back that long coalescence. This is the perfect spot to do it. That long hallway, being able to support your team and damage the enemy. Can they do it? There it goes, pops the coalescence, but unfortunately Respawn just keeps getting in closer and closer to him. He had to back away though. Jaden getting eliminated.
Payload's moving up.
Payload is moving up. They're unable to afford it.
15
A
seconds.
strong wall coming out of Chase, but Chase gets taken out.
10.
Dr. Smiles.
Akron wilting.
Can OSU get it captured? There's still.
There
it
goes.
is. With 3.8
Wow.
seconds left, they managed to squeak it out and make that third capture point. See, this is why we wanted this game to go second, because we're going to be screaming the entire time.
All right, Akron, you had me worried. You had me real
Little
worried.
scared.
Now, you just need to really do the same thing. Just stomp. Just stomp.
No, Sky, they did not. They did not hold. Fortunately, Sky, they did not hold. OSU has managed to push it into the third point. I need hot water and honey. Ooh, this is only getting worse. All right, let's do this thing.
Ready for battle.
All right, let's see what
we
Akron
go.
can do. Akron having to push forward. It's interesting to ask how they're going to feel. Akron did not start off well this map. Pretty much 90% of that map was just a wrecking show for Akron. Ohio State, however, was held off pretty well at that very end. So you got to wonder if they've started to figure out the math of how Ohio State's playing and have started to adapt their strategy to it, or if it's just a matter of, like we mentioned earlier, maps getting harder the further into those pushes.
OSU is creeping up. I wonder, they're not really set up. I wonder what their game plan is going to be.
It seems to be the same as Akron, set up in that same kind of point, same configuration.
Still, it was a very late setup.
Stop.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Long sniper play in the back with that.
What's up? Jaden just milling down those shields as they pop up.
I forgot I could look at the foot.
Yeah, I was like, what is he looking? OSU doing a good job of forcing Akron to stay kind of behind. Samuel creeping up through that center, making sure that no one's keeping pot shots through the back, but falling back as he starts to take more and more damage. Again, it's about the awareness of yourself, being aware of how much life you have left, what the rest of the team is doing, what the map is doing.
And I like that Akron is kind of taking this at their own pace. They're not trying to push as hard as OSU did, which, I don't know, maybe that's the right choice. Maybe it's not to try and push that pace, but they're staying with what's comfortable and really trying to plink out what they can.
Aimer doing a really good job of trying to... Oh. Aimer doing a really good job of just taking those long shots, keeping Chasen out of that, like, forcing Dr. Smiles to keep that damage, or keep that heals up.
There we go. Jaden back on that point.
Moving a little bit forward, wrapping around that corner, probably trying to get a little bit of that advantage now.
Fully healed.
They
Good
know
sleep.
that respawn.
Good sleep.
Good solid sleep.
All right, I think this may have been a little bit of a mistake from OSU, taking so long to regroup and letting their opponent's bastion set up on that high ground.
The high ground is not going to be easy to take, and there's a lot of space that they don't have coverage for. So if they're gonna, there's a lot of area where you're just letting this payload move forward, and you're not really getting any advantage over it. You can try and creep forward, but now they've got a little bit of a flank situation going as Chase is coming around the right side, while your tank and Jaden is off. Your tank and Jaden are off to the left-hand side. That makes it Jaden just getting taken down. Chasen, Dr. Smiles, Midtown Man, Shuckle. That's 4 of the 6 players on Akron having their ults to Ohio State's 3. I'll be interested to see how this ult play goes. We did kind of have some notes earlier that Ohio State was getting a little flippant with how they're using ults. Let's see, this is a really important part.
Oh, this could be a dangerous flank.
not even mortality field, but getting immediately just responded with by Dele.
Chasing was a little greedy there, I think. Especially when you're not pocketed.
Chasing getting back up on there. No shield to defend him, and he just gets rocketed back, doing the best he can. Still keeping alive, but ooh, a lot of damage going down.
Look at that play on Dr. Smiles, keeping everybody up. Except for 12 Chasing.
You're not God. Respawn, kind of a weird play. I guess a stall tactic, but basically just offering himself up to the rest of University of Akron.
And this is going to let Akron keep pushing up further. They are behind the pace that OSU set, but hey, they're still making progress.
It's not over. Now they're about to get that bonus time as they hit this next check. 3 minutes. OSU only finished with 3.8 seconds left. Now that'll round up to a minute, but that's depending on how Akron does. Akron can push in a little bit faster and not necessarily keep that rhythm, but at least continue that forward motion. There's a chance that Akron can actually gain themselves a good chunk of time.
Unfortunate for Jaden there. Getting caught, shot in the back. That's a little out of character. I feel like Jaden has been caught off guard a couple times by moving up a little bit ahead of his shields.
Yeah, it seems like he's getting a little aggressive, and maybe that's losing some of that content awareness of just where he is on the map. Game awareness, that's so important for players, especially in the league. So
interesting spot to stop.
Still able to get damage out on the shields, actually able to hold up a fair number of defense. However, that immortality field being the only thing that's keeping Respawn alive right now. Can I see this from Akron's side? Akron, oh! I didn't even, where'd that even come
Dragon
from?
out of nowhere! And it seemed to do nothing. Looked cool though. Ooh.
Akron wrapping around towards that second point, that second entry. Trying to get a little bit of time behind the payload, it looks like. With the attempt of kind of flushing out Ohio State. Ohio State.
I'm not really sure about this this play here. Akron just totally swapping position while OSU pushes the point back.
I mean, the point's not actually moving anywhere, so I guess in that regard they have nothing to lose, but they also definitely don't have anything to gain.
Yeah. I mean, if Akron loses this, then OSU is going to be right on their doorstep or even spawn, and that's not great.
Looks like that might be the way things are going.
If this was the plan, OSU, you've capitalized upon potentially a very flawed plan.
In a weird way, Akron's going to set themselves up as they have to go backwards. They have to fight around corners that they're not used to fighting around. Well, that being said, they're doing a pretty decent job of it, actually. They're able to get around. But again, you're now kind of weirdly fighting against Ohio State, but
and you've wasted a lot of time. 40 seconds left to get around both of those corners.
I don't know that that's even possible, in all honesty, with the way Ohio State's playing right now. 5-player drill, great. But
all right, you're starting to move the point. 30 seconds, though. You've got a lot of time and space to make up. And OSU is not going to let you take that second corner.
Setting up in that peak, trying to get some of those pot shots off down that mine shaft, but is it going to be enough to actually stop or delay them long enough that you can get the payload all the way to the next point? I don't think so, especially when you're only running one person on the actual payload.
5 seconds, and you've still got so much room. You're still only halfway to the point. There goes a dragon.
Cleaning up a little bit, taking out Respawn from Ohio State.
And Akron cannot leave their point. If they leave the point for 2 seconds.
Who's even... Jaden setting up for that turret.
That's what they need to do right there.
I'm genuinely surprised.
Wow.
Okay.
Akron, I think you got lucky there.
I do not know.
Okay, you got a minute and a half
30 to make this final push. Now that being said, alt economy isn't leaning one way inherently better than the other.
I would give it just a hair to OSU.
I'd give it.
But I would only say that because they're
same.
closer to their respawn. So they can kind of afford to die.
Also coming into this, OSU
Jaden
had
kind of ballsy peeking around that corner.
coming into this, Ohio State had 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, coming around the same point. It's a whole minute left. They're getting under a minute, under 60 seconds right now, as they're making this final last-ditch effort to push forward. They cannot leave this payload, and they cannot afford to let it stop for too long. Akron putting on a hell of a show. Whether or not it's actually going to contribute to their victory, we'll find out here soon. Within the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, this back off, you can't stay back that long. You've got to
State
push
just
30
capitalizing
seconds.
on this. The movement back seems mistaken, as Ohio State can just capitalize on this bad placement and set up, and now they've just got this tree. They can just sit down and pick off as you run forward. You got to touch the point. You're down to 15 seconds left till we get into overtime, and no one's near the point.
They need to get there and touch. 10 seconds. They've still got 30 meters to go.
They keep dipping back.
And
They're
it's
afraid
got
of that depth and not paying attention to the
3,
clock.
2,
1.
Akron,
That's
what are
it.
you doing? Overtime, you've got to get on there, and you've got to
Gotta touch
stay. That
There.
May is going to wilt any second.
Akron rushing as fast. Chase doing the best that he can, but the wall is keeping.
I don't think it's going to be enough. Nope.
Akron keeps
Midtown
funneling
Man's
people
doing
in.
good, but that's not enough.
And there it
Yep,
is.
that wall off. Yeah, that pause. Like, I get it, you want to wait for your crew, but that gave them the time to set up, and you didn't have time to begin with.
The counterpoint is, yeah, you couldn't let him trick, right?
Yeah.
Like, trickling is not going to do anything for you. It's only going to. That being said, I get that you got to come up with a game plan, but you do that in respawn. You don't do that when you're actually on the field. You do that while you've got nothing else to do.
Yep.
And taking that far of a step back and really just handing over that much time was really dangerous and obviously, unfortunately, fatal to the Akron team.
That being said,
Good show.
it ain't over.
It ain't over.
It ain't over till it's over.
As we've seen, Ilios is a much different monster,
And
it completely
Akron
changed.
blew Ashland out of the water.
That was the moment where Akron was able to make that flip and turn around that whole series. So there is still that possibility. It is not over until the game is over. But
Actually, OSU suffered on Ilios too, didn't they?
yes, I think their one loss was. I could probably check. Well, you have the mouse.
Nope.
Over you.
I can only see half the screen, so you'll have to. This is probably fascinating audio
Yeah,
commentary.
you talk. I'll do this. Do you have anything to say?
Chat.
That's,
Help.
That means no.
Well, I guess I'll provide
Yeah.
commentary on the wonderful esports competitors that we've got on the screen here. These kids are such pros, texting and snapping and talking and really just being calm, cool, and collected.
Ohio State going 2-3 against
3-2.
3-2 against Kent State. So.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested to see how Akron does. Like we said, this is their flip around point. This is the point where they lit up the last time they were having trouble. Ilios is again, I know I keep saying it is a much different monster than every other map that we have on this list. And
This does worry me, though. OSU came out of the gate
on fire.
on fire. We didn't see that before.
No, we did not.
I don't think Akron was ready for that. I don't know that anybody would have been ready for that.
We weren't ready for that.
No.
Ohio State on this map just can't burn out quick. And I think a thing we're seeing kind of across the board of them is originally they were slow to start, picked up early to mid game. What we just saw was hot out of the door, hot out of the gate, but start to slowing down a little bit towards that late game. Akron got way more of a push than they should have, especially on that entire chunk of the map. There was a whole third of the map that Akron had no right to get, considering they started at overtime behind the point. Is OSU going to kind of lag and linger? I don't know. That there's a real possibility that maybe OSU, starting on this map, goes really hard right into the opening. But if they keep up with that train of going fast and then slow, there's a real risk that they might lose it. That they might go in first really hard in that opening map, and then map 2, map 3 start to wane. And you can't do that against Akron. They are so talented when it comes to this map.
Ilios!
Helios!
Oh, I'm ready for the cluster. Akron had no right to get...
he's calling. We're not. First of all, I don't think we ever said had no right
No.
to. Well, maybe I did. But also,
No.
let me qualify. Yeah, I stand by that. They were. It was overtime. I'll
I
stand by
never
it.
said that, but I'll agree with
I
it.
agree with it. Here's why. Overtime, they were still behind the second point and had not gotten on it. They get on it in overtime, and Ohio State, for some reason, lets them run a third of the course, a third of the whole track, with no interference whatsoever.
Yeah.
And when they get to the end, there's a little bit. I'm not by any means claiming that any character is bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there was a third of the entire map that got covered with almost no
Here we go.
interference.
Here we go.
New match.
Let's
New
go.
match. Don't get me in a fight. I'll start fighting. I'll start swinging.
Now, you got big hands. I don't
Yeah,
want to get in the middle of that.
Akron University pushing forward a little bit faster.
Ohio State sitting up in the back a little bit. All right. Ooh.
Good teleport
the
coming out.
bow.
Jaden taking out Samuel early on. A good first trade. That's
Oh,
a big
in the
loss.
back
Sneaking
lines.
right in
They
behind.
haven't noticed.
They're popping
They
around.
still
They're
aren't
not
paying
able to.
attention.
Oh,
Lamb.
Lamb! The Lamb!
I love Lamb.
Pushing around.
Oh,
strong
nicely.
sleep, but it's
Yep,
never mind. I was gonna say it wasn't
great
picked up, but Respawn took care of it. Dirt Smiles also getting shredded away. Shuckle getting slaughtered. And carted away. As Ohio
OSU
State
got
captures
so
it.
lucky. Jaden missed 2 shots on that lamp.
Yeah, that lamp did a
Wow.
lot. The immortality definitely saved the day in a lot of regards, and it felt a little bit weird or mistimed that those 2 shots went that wide, especially on Reaper, a character with such a wide spread.
And now OSU has the spot they want to sit in. They've got the high ground above
And
the
we've
zone.
seen in Volskaya,
And
this
Akron
is dangerous.
seems a little timid about where they want to step out.
Doing a little bit of a peek, a good throw up with the shield, but it doesn't give them full coverage. However, that wall is able to stop some of that damage from coming down.
Magic's
Magic
down.
Shuckle is down. Dr. Smiles. Jaden.
Ouch! Midtown Man and Stunape is just
Sleeping. Taking a nap.
Well,
now
yeah.
dead. Was sleeping, now dead.
Can we get a big oof in chat for that push?
Attempted push.
Attempted push.
Now let's talk about the ult economy. We've got 2 ults coming out of Ohio State. We've got just one
call it
really
3.
on the edge.
There's 3.
There's 3. And really not too much coming out of Akron. Akron's going to have to spend some time really focusing on building those ults. They're going to make those big plays. They don't have a ton of time, although good solid wall coming out of Stunape, trying to pull that Bastion out of place. Unfortunately, it's not enough to take him down, but it is enough to throw him off of his point. And they will have to take a moment to reset as no one is back up on that little cliff ledge where they seem to be focusing on. Everyone's down, wrapping around. Looks like they're trying to do some kind of flanking maneuver. Whether or not it's actually going to work, we'll have
This
to
is
wait and
almost the
see.
same thing that just happened before, where OSU wraps the opposite way that Akron is trying to push, and it looks like it's going to be in OSU's favor again. Hot dang!
Respawn solidly taking out as a full team kill with
That's a 3-peat.
90%.
They're going to have to rush. Yeah, here comes the Hammond. They have to rush to get there, and it might be too late. Nope, they got the one.
They're able to just barely
Got to touch, got to touch, got to touch. Where's that ball?
Tracer
Ball, what are
manages
you
to get
doing?
on. Tracer manages to get on, touches just a little bit. There comes the Hammond with the big hammer drop, but it won't be enough as he gets taken out by Deli. Midtown swooping around, trying to just keep on base, keeping his team alive as they're swooping through. But
I think it's a
Man
little
up.
too late.
it may not be enough. Respawn just laying down that covering fire over that arch. Anyone coming through those walkways is just getting slaughtered. And there goes the first point here
Wow.
on Ilios.
Score
Painful.
2-1.
Painful. OSU might have been trolling us. They might have been trolling us in that very first match because this is.
If we do any player interviews, we gotta.
Yeah, we gotta grab
OSU
OSU.
player.
Get their coach. The coach
You
here.
mother.
If he's trolling us,
That would be hilarious. Making us think. Making us believe.
just the salt, just a little salt on that wound.
All right.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Akron, if you got some gas in the tank, if you've got some hidden strat,
Now's the time to use it.
now's the time to drop.
Saying that he's not. I'm never gonna get to really see Ryan.
We saw him for 10 seconds.
Now they've just given those pokes around, going counter pharmacy,
Ooh!
counter pharmacy, and
Oh!
some good
Oh!
strikes coming out of Stun Ape. Unable to make them fully connect, but landing enough blows that really getting
And
Respawn, and there
there.
it goes. As Respawn getting taken down, that's a huge hit. Respawn is deadly when left that kind of uncontrolled Pharah roll. Now, granted, they did end up changing or exchanging Pharah, but still a good counter.
Prosody down.
Dr. Smiles still keeping up, managed to keep that backline healed, doing a very good job of it.
Props to both teams. The hole has not been filled with bodies.
Well, he's a robot.
There's still some boops.
Still some boops and some pulls. However, right now we're just seeing nothing but clean plays. In fact, none of those pulls are even making their way in. It seems like most of those are being pretty well controlled. I say that, and most of them are getting pulled back to doing that lineup shot. With a huge dragon just ripping through. Now, it's not able to take anyone out, but it is forcing them off the point. Weird follow-up,
All right.
but it worked.
Ohio State's on
All
the
right,
board.
Samuel. Okay, chase that dragon and shoot that Orisa in the head.
When in Rome.
I'm gonna strangle you with an audio cord. Oof, that joke.
Oh, so actually, someone preempted you on that.
Nice. Now, I will say, Ohio State only at 21%, still holding it. We've been doing a good job of contesting, at least on Akron's side. We've been keeping those numbers down. Just now, Ohio State's able to gain a little bit of that ground.
And Akron's just backing off the whole time.
And
I
Respawn
don't
is-
think they can afford to do this.
Respawn is punishing them for that. Every time they start to move back, they get punished for it.
They need to stop backing off in the open. They need to find some way to break that line of sight. Also, do they really have a good answer to Respawn right now?
I mean, we saw it earlier, though. They had Stun Ape. Stun Ape was able to deal with that pharmacy really well. And if he can get back into that point and land that. But that being said, Samuel is actually doing a really job of countering their pharmacy. So they've worked this out pretty well. I don't know that Jaden has an answer in McCree for the pharmacy that's just raining down damage from above.
It was a decent zoning attempt, but I don't think it was really necessary at that point.
Respawn sitting on that barrage, just waiting for that perfect moment. But not having to overcommit. That's the other side of this, is Respawn can hold on to that ult all day.
OSU's already surplus 80%. Akron has got to do something. Ooh, that
Ooh,
boop.
close boop.
Ooh.
Close boop. Akron's trying to sneak around the backside, but getting spotted not well enough by Respawn, is getting taken out by
All
Jaden.
right, here's the push,
A little bit
Akron.
of a clean push out of Akron.
But at 98%.
Being
99.
contested. They're not
You-
gaining any space. There it is. They finally got their first capture.
And now,
Oh.
I mean, this happened the last go around.
Yeah, but they weren't one map down. This is not a safe spot for Akron to live. They do not want to stay here too long.
Pressure is on.
They're putting a little bit of aggressive pressure into OSU, but they've only been punished by that before.
I think OSU can afford to go a little bit slow right here, kind of regroup, re-strategize. Akron cannot afford to get pushed off this point.
They have to be very careful about overextending themselves. Now, they're doing a pretty good job right now, but it's real easy to fall in the trap of as... There goes the Dragon Strike.
That's a good start.
Well placed, followed up by a series of storm arrows. Managed to do a fair job of just damaging that back line. Jaden was taken out.
Great grab, slam.
Good barrage, but taken out by Stinep. Still managing to do a fair amount of damage. Magic getting
It's overtime. You've got to get on point, and you've got to stay there. Good hold by Shuckle. But if his team doesn't get there soon...
Shuckle seeming to be doing a pretty good job. Magic doing the same. Just keeping that moving, keeping, like... Ohio State knows where they're going to live and just respawns there and just focuses in on that one little point. They got to keep moving. They got to keep their directions changing, or else Ohio State's going to come in and pinpoint them all.
I don't know that I'm a fan of Jaden going for the Widow here. There's not a whole lot of really great sight lines, and with these big shields out, I'm not sure he's going to be able to do a whole lot.
And it's as similar as McCree. It wasn't necessarily a great choice ever as Respawn switches up to McCree. I get it, you're looking for that hit scan, but at least in regards of islands, there's kind of really good straight-on islands. And really, McCree doesn't have the mobility. At least Widowmaker has that mobility. But I will say this, Akron's still able to...
90+%. Maybe that's just a little bit of mix-up they needed. Oh.
Your follow-up.
All right, come on, Akron.
Ohio State trying to make that push. They're down both healers. The healer's just spawning back in. 99%. We're in double overtime.
Ooh,
Samuel unleashing that dragon, but
Not
unable to get any connects out of it. Ooh, and taken down by a strong shot coming out of Jaden. Still contesting the point. A hard stun to Hammond from that McCree. Oof. But not enough to keep him alive. Is this it? Is Akron going to make this comeback happen?
Akron has got to keep staying on point. 4-2 contested, 4-1 contested.
That coalescence is firing out. Doesn't seem to be catching anyone entirely, but enough to push him off. And Ohio State taking this map.
Sella, you're darn right. I think for Widow to really have been effective there, she would have had to got a bunch of spawn kill, or at least drop some heavy damage there. Because even after that point, there's not a whole lot that Widow is going to be really strong on doing.
No, and at least Hanzo has that ability to read the field a little bit quicker. You know, Widow has that same ability, but it's only through that ult, which means you have to generate that ult. Hanzo having that sonic arrow plus the storm arrows for those kind of quick shots.
And if and when you get the ult, then you can at least zone and get people off the...
Widow, yeah.
My heart. No, wait a minute. I voted OSU.
Yeah, you're fine.
Hey, Akron, go.
Did we put any money down on that?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, good.
Here, half a Twix.
I'm a left, guys.
We swap it out.
Us? No.
Hey, you want a little sip?
Water?
Well, sure.
This is in the stream, so whatever.
Nastrovia.
Let's just make our lunch orders right now, dinner orders.
Oh.
We're here, folks. We're here with you.
You're here with us.
You're here with you. You're not.
You're not in here
I'm
with
not
me.
locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Says the streamers who inevitably went insane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going into map 3, Numbani.
The OSU. OSU. Ohio State.
So
Hey, Stelk? Yeah, sure.
Sure, I'm happy for a
that
reverse
would be
sweep.
stupendous.
That'd be great. I would love a match 5 for this. I think this is the fight that from the first time we saw these teams today we were expecting and hoping for.
Yep.
I did not think that it would be this one-sided. At least in the at least in the matches we've seen. Please don't think we're calling out Akron, but like
No, if anything, we're calling out OSU.
Where were you?
Was this earlier?
You can't just be like, well, we're only going to be entertaining at the end.
Oh, God. Again, that would be fascinating. Get an OSU player on the
Get the
horn
coach in here.
here.
Let me yell at him.
And he's just like, well, we thought we'd save the best for last. No.
No.
No. After. We wait until
After the match.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Because they have to swap out for the next game.
We might get someone in here.
We might.
What, you thought I meant like now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them catch. Shut up.
What
Qualified.
are you here for?
Stop asking that.
I gotta hate on him because then I won't feel secure in my own place if I don't.
That's fair.
Oh God, am I a boomer?
Oh.
Oh.
Let's focus on the trees.
Please don't. Please don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Numbani. Please get me out of this conversation as quickly as possible. As the oldest one in this room. Going into Numbani, Akron has to make a
That's a good point,
insane
Zororio.
play.
Can we get a check? Does Akron have hand warmers? Gotta make sure these boys are prepared.
Attackers incoming.
I'm not saying it. Mostly looks like Ohio State does though.
Uh-oh. Maybe it is the gear. The
That's
accessory.
it. You gotta keep those muscles tight. Ohio State University.
Loose.
Muscles work.
Look at those trees.
The trees. There are trees. Ohio State
You know,
running offensive into Akron. Can Akron keep it up and keep them far enough away to win this, their one chance map?
Chazian going for the Farah play here.
But it seems like it's not going to get much ground because Ohio State is not going that traditional left route that we've seen all day. They're actually positioning underneath. Now they're keeping a little bit of an eye out for that upper right hand. But to be
it's not
fair,
there.
Akron is not placed where it's normally
boot.
placed.
Respawn wilting.
And again, we got to talk about this.
Whoa.
This is the benefit of scouting your teams. Knowing that Ohio State is going to sit up in that corner and knowing that Akron is going to sit up in that corner is essential.
This is what we wanted to see. That all being said, OSU still got 2 ticks out of that. Okay, Akron.
Akron resetting now.
Okay.
Changing up after
mix
that
it up.
initial contact, they're repositioning themselves to try and get a little bit more of that kind of surprise advantage over Ohio State. I don't know that it's enough. I have a funny feeling Ohio State is kind of already predicting exactly where they're going to be, as you can see, based on their placement. Coming out of that lower room, setting up those shields so that they're not getting pinned down from the side. Setting up that bastion, just that counter bastion placed right across the line. Samuel doing a little bit to try and pick off some of that pharmacy, not really getting too many landing shots. As
Almost a good pull.
BM Cool is just barely able to escape,
Frosty
keeping
knocked
himself
out.
alive.
BM Cool might be next.
But Jaden is just laying down that fire and keeping those 2 doors completely inaccessible to Ohio State.
Okay, so far, 2 charges in and Akron's held. Really, fairly respectively.
I will
You're
not
looking
waste this
strong.
opportunity.
2 minutes left.
Okay, they're going for the top play now. Oh, an unprotected bastion. I feel like that was a missed opportunity from Akron.
And Jason didn't keep up moving forward. He fell back a little bit behind, and I understand he wanted to keep
Well,
himself
it didn't
carried.
matter.
But it does
Two
not matter
for-
as BM Cool and Respawn are both taken out by those long-range rockets coming out of Jason.
Great flank by Chazian, and I think a little bit of a misstep from Ohio State, kind of turning their back.
Especially when you look at that economy. Akron's coming in with 3, 4 ults, 5, 6 ults.
6 ults.
They are rocking in with about 6 full ults against Ohio State's 2, maybe 3 if Samuel can make something happen in between.
Yeah.
That's not an easy fight as they are. Akron is just letting Ohio State kind of wander in slowly. They are not rushing in as fast, and that is giving Akron that ability. Respawn gets dropped almost immediately by Jaden as that rapid fire is just tearing into his backside.
Oh, this is really far
There
push from
goes
Samuel.
Samuel. And only one ult got popped. In that entire hold, only Shuckle was forced to pop his booster.
This is what we wanted. And hot damn, go. I think OSU doesn't know what to do. I think they're a little bit out of.
Oh, with an amazing sleep! Oh, I'm so glad we're on that camp with that amazing long distance sleep. Just dropping.
Wow! And that might be all
That might be exactly what they needed. That little let. There follows the Dragon Strike. They're trapped inside of that building. It's not enough to do a full clean out, but it is enough to push them back off that point. Can OSU get back on the point? 16 seconds remaining.
OSU's got to push. They got to push hard.
Doing a little bit of that crossfire, but not dropping down on the point. No
They
one's
are missing-
contesting yet. They're only one tick away from locking this down and
They're missing
grabbing that
sustain.
payload. Pushing forward a little bit. Jaden getting taken out. Shuck getting taken
my
out.
gosh.
They're in overtime.
Oh!
OSU 3-2 on the point. It's a constant battle to see who can keep it up.
I don't know
Overtime
what's
is
happening.
raging. OSU dipping back in that hard line, keeping that res from coming back. And there it
Oh
is.
my gosh! 2 minutes 20 seconds. What?
What?
Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Give me a Reese's. I'm stealing one.
Reese, that's a Twix.
Twix, I don't care. I'll pay you back.
Don't worry about it.
I need the sugar.
Oh. Okay. No. Both teams, just take it easy for a second. Oh, trees. Thank you, trees.
My heart.
Tree. Oh.
Thanks for the assist.
I'm back in.
Yeah, did we clip that sleep? Someone.
Grab that sleep because that was insane.
And that broke
That
the
broke
line.
everything. That literally single-handedly saved OSU's push.
Minute 30.
Again, we talk about that verticality. The second they lost that Pharah, OSU was able to capitalize on that lack of overhead cover and push in and take that point with nothing to spare.
On either side. Holy cow. Ooh. Both of these immortality fields putting in the extra work. Good placement on those lamps, making it so the enemy can't shoot them off, break them down. Ooh, Magic needs to get out.
Amplification field ready for
And
Akron.
OSU's just chugging through. They've got that second point.
2 ults, 2 ults. But Akron in a much better position when it comes to that ult reservoir. Will they hold on to it, or are they going to spend it now to try and stop this push? Akron has to be fit. They're so close to that victory. Really strong opening. Now they're just keeping pushed back. Jaden's getting mowed down. That gravity is not their friend right there.
Minute 50, and it looks like it's in OSU's favor.
Chasing the only remaining character after that team kill. Samuel's sitting there with that Deadeye, just waiting for them to start popping out so he can get that long distance kill, pop that Deadeye, and start cleaning some of the house. He may not even need to. That
I think that was a
payload
bit
is
of a
pushing
mistake from
forward.
Magic.
But Jason switching up to the mate, pulling that delay game, just sitting on the point as long as they can. That High Noon comes out, but unable to land any kills.
More than 60 seconds left. 3 meters to go. OSU is sitting steady. They've got the zoning. That's okay. It's not over.
It's not over.
It's not
A minute
over.
and 9
Akron-
seconds is not a lot of time.
If Akron starts fast and keeps it going and doesn't balk at the end, they might have this.
This is the match. This is what they need. This is their last opportunity. If they lose this one, they are out. Trees.
Thank you, trees.
Friendly little trees.
I am a little worried from that. I worry that maybe Akron got a little gassed after that
I mean, it can't feel good when
Nuts.
you're that close to victory and have it ripped out from you and then have them push all the way to the end. It has got to sting. And Akron either has to come back fighting with fire.
Or hit their own sleep darts.
Yeah, or really nail those sleep darts, although I will say there's no on Akron, so that'll be difficult. Aimer just, can we just, little golf clap to Aimer. That shot heard across the world.
Jack, can we get some claps? Claps for that shot.
I never was an assassin.
Ooh.
I killed only because I was necessary.
And I think the audience was kind of in shock that that happened because I didn't hear a big whoa.
No.
Unless we drowned them out.
We may have. Respawn and the rest of OSU posting up in that same corner as the fight is about to begin. You've got to wonder how Akron is going to respond. She's coming up to that Farah. I've seen it before. No Farah on Ohio State instead of Bastion Hanzo. Probably with the goal of countering a Farah. Now that being said, it looks like Aimer running that Ana is a pretty good counter for Farah. So we'll see how that goes.
Just the scratch will be fine.
We'll have to see if that lack of verticality bites them or not.
Keeping that fire steady, trying to stay alive thanks to Aimer and to Frosty. Frosty doing a good job.
And they do have a little bit of time to sit.
Just sitting back, taking some time. Rocking with that amplification field, just doing some extra damage. Trying to mow down some of that shielding that's coming up.
Immortality fields, again, putting in the work. Ooh, good move. Can they capitalize?
OSU answers with their own amplification field and starts shredding down through the ranks of Akron.
Hello. So far, this is looking pretty well like a stalemate, just like it was before.
This is not what Akron wants. They need the force mobility. They're just not getting it.
They need that extra time.
And Chase somehow, with a little bit of angling, make those
I
missiles
think that
hit.
shield's a little too...
Oh, a little far out, little bit of an over projection on that shield coming out of Delhi, but still able to keep alive as Chase has to dip away.
And Dr. Smiles bit the farm too.
We've got 3 ults coming into OSU.
2 minutes left.
And almost 4 coming out of Akron. Will this ult economy make the change needed? Samuel now seeing exactly where OSU or where Akron is sitting. Going to make that big shot from the back. You can see him setting up for that Dragon Strike, and there's the double check to make sure he's got line.
Disgusting.
This is not going to be good for them.
This is going to be awful.
There it goes with the high end peak.
One.
There's one, two takedowns. Not enough necessarily to cripple Akron's movement, but it was enough to slow it down.
Minute 20. This is looking exactly like it did just a bit ago. I don't know if this is going to go the way Akron wants it to.
Unless Akron can somehow pull it out here in these last few moments, OSU will be walking away with this semifinal round.
The battle continues.
I got goosebumps. Okay, Akron, you can't spend forever getting ready, though.
And this seems to be their problem, is it feels like they take too much time regrouping. They're about to walk into 4 ults of their
5.
5 ults of their 1.
No, I lied. 4 ults. You're right.
Yeah, I can
We're leading a wedding.
Akron gaining slowly their 4 ults of their own. Ohio State only having 2 remaining.
30
This
seconds
would be
to
the
hit this
moment to
point.
make this push. You don't want this to go into overtime.
Good supercharger take. Got him in the back lane.
Now someone
you
needs to
got to
get
get
on
down.
point.
You've got to get on point now.
They've
You
got
got
it. They're
20
going-
seconds.
There's their first clip. Pushing down. As Ohio State tries to wrap around the backside, get a little bit of the flanking, but is
Where's that
unsuccessful
barrage?
as Chase
There it
comes
is.
down,
There
firing
it
that
is.
barrage.
Oh, missed shield.
But
Oh.
clearing out enough. That Dragon Strike, though, isn't going to be enough to push them off the point. No, it's not.
They've still only got the 1 tick.
They're now in overtime, 1-on-1 on point. Jaden pushing forward. Is it going to be enough?
Bastion v Bastion. One
Whoa.
Bastion wins. 2 ticks.
Jaden taking out Respawn. 2 ticks. We've switched to the Hammond build with the Lucio. Lucio gets taken out.
Oh. Okay, come on, Akron.
They're just trying to play that speed
You
build
gotta
from
hit
OSU
one
now.
tick.
And there it is.
Yep.
Okay. Akron just bought themselves 2 minutes and 30 seconds to stay in this game.
They've got a lot of ground to make up, though. I think what's really going to make this is if they push through just as hard as OSU pushed through. If they get held up even half as long. Oatmeal, you're getting anxiety. At least you're on a delay. Oh. I wish I had a bowl of oatmeal. You're right, Stoke. If Akron doesn't get this at all,
OSU posting up in that top point, that top little choke with that height advantage over top of it. Now they are setting themselves up as pretty easy targets, but you do get that height advantage when it comes to aiming down below. You also get the ability to drop down. So it's a nice little vantage point, but they seem to be doing a good job of utilizing it. Jaden dropping off that tank mode, maybe a little early, maybe not necessarily well timed, but he is able to get a good amount of damage out, not enough to take anyone out. That being said, Akron running in with 2 ults right now as Graviton well gets thrown up into the air.
and this is what OSU wants. They want them to burn as much time as possible here early on because they've still got 2 hard corners to get around. They haven't even got underneath the overpass.
1 minute left for Akron to make these pushes. A good solid kill as they're
going to get the
they're
point.
going to get that point and buy
Now they've
themselves a little
got
more time.
2.5 minutes. Is it going to be enough?
If they can get there within that 1 minute threshold, I mean, heck, if they can even just get there at this point, that will be exactly what they need. This is their last opportunity. Again, I keep saying it because it's so important.
And
Akron-
Chazian is doing this right, putting the pressure on constantly. This is what they have to do. They need to keep OSU as far back away as possible so they can get that payload up.
You can't let them get into position because the second OSU sets them in position, they're locked there for life. That's exactly what
where
we're
they
about
are.
to see. They've got that double shield up, including the application shield. They are firing down from a high advantage spot.
Immortality field putting in extra effort.
Another
going to
application
overtime.
field. Jaden got tank mode ready to go, but it hasn't really got the opportunity to use it. However, it is enough to push Ohio State back a little bit. Respawn setting up in that upper balcony. They are setting up for the last throw. There is no more holding after this.
Oh, here it goes, here it goes. Oh,
Ooh, the
that's
good
a big
start
take.
out of McCray.
Without chasing to push the flank, this could be it.
Samuel getting dropped, but still managing to take out that Pharaoh. I think a perfectly fair trade when you consider it.
Absolutely. Akron just lost a good bit of steam there, waiting, now having to wait for Chazian to get back.
Respawn taking into tank mode, opening up some fire onto Magic and Shuckle. Magic getting knocked down, but getting eliminated by Chazian.
Oh my gosh. OSU has the alt economy. Now they just need to get back, and they need to stop that payload from moving.
But can
a minute
Akron
left.
keep this pressure on? Shuckle's doing a great job of maintaining that shield awareness, keeping those bullets from hitting him. Amplification,
Oh, Midtown
unfortunately
Madness
not
down.
enough for Midtown Madness down.
Shuckle
down. They've only got
Akron,
48
where are
seconds
you?
left.
Akron, you don't have a whole lot of time. You've got 40 seconds. Are they going to make the same mistake? Are they going to spend so much time getting ready that they're going to let OSU get into position? Well, OSU's in position.
30 seconds left. This is Akron's last push. They do not have any opportunities after this. Leading out with that opening shield, setting up Jaden in that spot, but it is not enough cover.
25
The
seconds.
shields aren't there. He's getting mowed down, and between that and the Anna's bio
Less than 20.
grenade, he is slowly getting worn away.
They need to push up, and they need to push up hard. Go through the building, do something. 12 seconds left. They have to touch the payload.
Jason trying to get a little bit of wraparound, trying to get a little bit of that flank.
5,
Doubling back, not enough
4,
time.
3, 2, 1.
We're into overtime.
Now they need to sit on that payload.
They
Shuckle's
have-
doing a good job sitting on it right now, but he needs help. Jaden's down, Chazian down.
Shuckle trying to keep alive, getting a solid stun out of Delhi.
Midtown Man putting in extra work. Respawn is down.
A race around the outside. They're just vying for positioning now, trying to get that ultimate spot on top of that payload so that they can get
Jaden's
that
back and
ultimate
is dropping the ult.
But is he able to land enough damage? That immortality field perfectly timed to keep a lot of that Bastion take damage down.
All right,
Still
they've got
in
the advantage,
overtime.
but they still have to push. It might be enough.
OSU starting to trickle in.
It might
the
be
panic
enough.
method, and we're getting
It's
there.
enough.
Akron to make an equally stunning push
Switching sides.
against
they-
Ohio State University.
Now they really have their work cut out for them. Both sides. I mean, both sides. 60 seconds. Right? A minute?
A minute. A minute and 9 seconds.
Doesn't matter. They can only draw now? What?
No.
What?
Ohio State can still win. Akron
For battle.
only has the opportunity to draw.
Yeah. Which is still better than losing.
Losing, because that means you go on to the 5th game. Yes, yes. We are agreeing with our chat.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Okay, that seems a little aggressive. That basket did nothing to you. Jaden,
You gotta
Jaden-
let off some
I was gonna say
steam, you
Jaden
know?
might just be straight up ticked. Though. That's fair.
Oh my goodness. Oh. So when's the heart transplant? Is that next week? I feel like I need it now. Oh.
Objective A.
Akron University posting up in that same corner.
60
It's
seconds.
familiar at this point, but it works.
OSU
Ohio-
feeding underneath.
Not pushing that top point. Just scouting. Just getting an idea of what's out. Big Sigma shield holding up the defense, followed up by a big bay wall coming out of Sandwich. Doing a good job of just getting on the point. They jumped off quick, already halfway to that first pick. All OSU needs is just this very first pick. Are they able to do it? They've got 5 on to Akron's 2 now.
I
1
think they're gonna
maybe.
get it.
There's OSU, and there's that tick,
Bam.
and there
Wow.
it goes. Ohio State wins. Yeah,
GG.
GG around the board.
Holy cow.
I don't think either team. Let me say this. I don't think Akron should feel bad about that, and I don't think OSU should feel really bad.
You know what I feel bad about? We didn't see this before. OSU.
Guys, we're just asking. We're just trying. Please,
Ah.
just give us some of this early so we can at least expect it. This is what happens every time OSU plays with us. It always feels like a big moment, always feels like a big shift, and then suddenly this happens. It always just. All right, I'm just tired. All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna be back in about 15 minutes with the next match here at Game Arena's Ohio Overwatch Collegiate Invitational.
Ah.